I am completely not falling for the bull crap. Not this time, Tyler. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Have and Have Nots, Season 7, Episode 18. Tyler. Nope. I ain't falling for it. I'm not. Let's talk about this. First things first. That Jim Cryer is on the phone with Lloyd. You know that man Lloyd? Lloyd should be rich like the Cryers. The abuse that man takes is just ridiculous. Jim was on that phone with him. He was like, Lloyd, you're a fat moron. Lloyd, you're an idiot. I was like, oh my God. All of this stuff. He's telling him, I don't know, I didn't screw this up. Veronica called in. She said to set up the account. She was trying to hide some money during her divorce, and she wanted to put it in your name, and I just did it. I don't know. I didn't. He was like, you're a moron, a fat moron. I'm like, but this is the type of stuff that y'all do. Like, y'all have this man do this kind of stuff. We've seen him do it a million times. And then you call him there and listen, rich folks' problems. Anyhow, moving on. Next, we see old Justin, baby. They got Justin down to the Bastille, honey. I said, oh, Miss Justin, girl, they done got you at Miss Furthington's finishing school for girls, honey. And they done grabbed you against the bars, and he got serviced. You hear me? And I didn't understand. His eyes was getting all big. He was like, oh, I said, girl, what was wrong? You've been begging for this. I guess you only like it when Jeffrey slays you, huh? I didn't understand the problem. I thought you just like it no matter who did it. Because you always try to get somebody to do it to you. Anyway, if they did it to you, you fell all out on the floor. You was all dramatic. I said, just like a queen. Get on up off that floor, girl. She was all passed out at it. I said, look at her. And they finally come. The little female officer comes and says to the little thugs, did you do something to him? I'm like, what is he supposed to have done to him? They're in a whole nother cell. Girl, sit down. And they're like, no, he wanted us to get at him, and we told him we don't go like that. And I said, oh, y'all shady. No good. Well, you done lit her up, honey. They said, call an ambulance, honey. I said, girl, they really slayed you, this thing. I had to call the ambulance for her, honey. I said, oh. Okay, girl, you keep on messing with Jeffrey. Obviously, Jeffrey don't really pack a punch like the boys, but whatever. So they carted her on off. Miss Justin's taken care of. Let's go on back over there to Hannah's house. Hannah and call Catherine, and she's saying, "Girl, um, she said, what's really going on? You know what I mean?" She says, with the money, and Catherine's like, we didn't track the money. We didn't get it. We don't have it. This kind of thing. She tells her, but girl, Jim left out of here and he was pissed off. If he comes there, just don't answer the door. I'm on my way over to your house. And child, before they even really hung up good, Jim was there, had to let himself in with a key, and was sitting in the living room talking smack. I said, oh, they get to arguing. Because Hannah had got a knife. She had this knife, and Benny was like, I'm going to whoop your ass. And they're going back and forth, back and forth. And then he said, you better call. She's explaining, I don't have the money. Candace got the money. This, that, and said, you better call that bitch of a daughter of yours and tell her. And she said, look, don't call my daughter out of her name again. Said, your daughter is a dumb bitch. She said, I'm telling you. If you call my daughter out of her name one more time, Jim, I swear to God, I'm going to slay you, honey. And she said, I'm going to put this knife in your chest. He gonna say, well, come on and do it and put me out of my misery. But just get my damn money. I said, oh, this is a mess. He was acting, sitting on the couch, talking smack. Gina held Betty off, made Betty go, she go in the other room. She turned around there, told him, don't call my daughter out of her name again. He told her, he said, your daughter is a bitch. And you are the bitch who gave birth to her. I said, oh, God. Hannah went over there. She put the knife down. She's standing behind the chair. She was like, oh, I feel like you tried. Yes, he's trying you, Mother Hannah. Hannah sat down in that chair. She said, Benjamin, this motherfucker is all yours, Eddie. That Benjamin, Betty didn't take no time. Betty leaped over there on Jim, Hattie, and flipped the whole couch over, then threw him back over the couch, then jumped over the couch. I said, okay, Betty, come on with this fight. He just beat Jim down, beat him down, kicking him and stomping him, carried on. Then took him and drug him out of the house and down the steps and kicked him and banged him a couple more times. I said, well, Jim, listen, I can't say I feel bad for you because they've been promising you they was going to let you have it. You didn't choose to believe them. Well, Benny didn't let you have it, Jim. He didn't let you have it. I said, girl, okay. So she went on out there and Hannah told him, we not doing this again. Next time you come over here with all this, you're not going to leave here just beat up. You're going to leave here in a box. Do you understand? And don't get cute. Don't get cute. I'm telling you, I'm going to slay you. I ain't for this. We come from two different places. We'll slay you. Quit playing. Quit playing. I said, okay. So, next thing you know, Catherine pulls up. And Catherine's sitting there like, what in the world? Okay. So they going back and forth. She going to tell Jim, you get up and get your ass and take your ass home. Go home now. I said, how embarrassing is that? So she set him on. She apologizes as she normally does. Betty busted his stitches, so they had to patch him all back up. They called Candace on the phone. After Catherine left, she called Candace on the phone. Can't get her. Betty had already tried to call her twice. Can't get her. We all know what she's doing. But Hannah's like, dang it. If she doesn't answer and don't call back, then that means she don't care about you or I. Betty said, give her a chance. Mama, give her a chance. It's like, all right, cool. Same time, we end up seeing RK calling Candace, and he leaves her a message letting her know, girl, they're on to you, and they're after you. But he didn't go into a lot of details. Let's swing over. Rocky Broderick is in his apartment trying to get everything together so he can go. Rocky shows up. Rocky's like, we're not running. What are you packing to run? Don't even bother. We're going to be okay. They're not going to deport us. They're like, no, if they don't find RK and RK gets to her, he's like, listen, don't even worry about all that. We're going to get Candace and set Candace up for them, and everything's going to be fine. And Broderick's like, are you crazy? That's not going to help. That's not going to happen. Next thing you know, there's a knock at the door. They're like, oh my gosh, it's Catherine. So Rocky's like, I got to go. Because she's like, oh, y'all are both here. All right, honey. She's ready to get some service. And they was like, girl, ain't nobody screwing you today. If you don't get somewhere and sat down. So they going back and forth talking. Rocky leaves. And Broderick's talking to Catherine. And she ends up telling him, let me help you. Because she's like, when he explained to her what was going on, he said, you don't care about me. This was just sex to you. And I got to go. I don't have time to play with you. She said, no, I actually do like you. Let me help you. And he was trying to get the little thing. She said, come on, let's go. So where we going? She said, somewhere to safe. I got this from here. Don't even worry about it. Just trust me. He said, okay. So he was getting his little couple of things. She said, no, honey. Leave all that. Come with me. I'm going to show you a whole new world. I said, oh, it's on. It's on. You've been picked up, honey. Sugar mama in effect. I said, foolish, foolish woman. But anyway, that was that. Veronica is down to the FBI station. She gave the FBI agent the blues. She gonna say, FBI, huh? Foolish, blind, and ignorant. I said, oh my God. She talked so much stuff to this man. Told him, oh, so you got me in here talking about a murder, talking about some bombs and all this mess. Did you know that the victim that you're talking about, did you know she was a whore? Did you know that? Did you know she was on the run from this person, that person? And she was just dropping all these names and talking about the person you got, because of course they picked up old boy that did the bomb, and he done snitched. She's like, did you ever see his rap sheet? And you want to pull me in? She's like, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue the agency. I'm going to sue the state. I'll even sue the country. This is going to be very interesting. You must haven't looked at my rap sheet either. She just talked so much stuff to him. Then she said, I have a phone call I need to make. Because I'm going to call a few judges. And he's like, and she said, you know, I'm going to sue you definitely for a wrongful arrest. She said, we never arrested you. Trying to play with her. She said, oh, well, in that case, I'm not calling anybody. I'm leaving. He said, no, 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 wait a minute. Go ahead on and make your phone call. He goes on out the room, and he went out there to actually talk to Scott. She's in there. She get on the phone. She called David. She said, David, come down here and get me. I am at the FBI office. They've arrested me. Come and get me. And he's like, are you kidding? She said, once he gets, she's like, no, I'm not kidding. She said, but I need you to do me a favor. I said, girl, you doing see Veronica, bitch, you doing too much. She told him, because he said he was at her house. He said, I'm at your house. You know, I was here to see you. Said, do me a favor, go inside my house and make sure that that little boy ain't in there stealing none of my stuff. Get rid of him and make sure he ain't stole none of my stuff. She said, what little boy gonna say? My young lover. I said, girl, you doing too much. You want your husband to go into the house to put your boyfriend out before he comes down and uses his power to pick you up from the FBI. You doing too much, Veronica. Just disrespectful. I said she is really, really pushing David's buttons. You gonna get just what you looking for. You gonna be Benjamin Buttons. You keep on playing with David. I said, go ahead, girl. So he goes in the house, gets RK. RK gonna try to talk a little bit of stuff. Yank RK up and put him out and told him he's gonna get. He said, if you don't give me those car keys and get your ass out of here. RK looking at him all stupid. He said, give me them keys and get out of here. So RK gonna go to walking off. He gonna say, well, I just want you to know that I put it on her real good all night long. He said, you better go ahead. You better go ahead. He go walking down there with that little dumb walk. I said, you trying to get your legs broken, RK. He leaves. The little FBI officer comes back in there and he tells Veronica, because they told her, we can't hold her. You got to let her go. She don't sue shit of us. Let her go. Let her go. So goes back in there and tells her, you know what? You're free to go. She gonna say, oh, I know. I know. See you in court. I said, oh, she's a mess. So in the meantime, between time, Jeffrey and Wyatt are on the phone. Wyatt is high as a fur coat. Jeffrey said, are you high? No. He's like, yes, you are, you bastard. So he goes on with all that, and he's talking all crazy. He's like, I'm going to go out with a blaze of glory. I'm like, this crazy bastard is doing the same stupid stuff his sister did, and just cutting up. It ain't nobody paying attention. I said, y'all all going to be sorry when crazy Junkie Joe get loose, honey. Y'all are going to be sorry. So he goes on for all that. Then he ends up getting a call from the jail about Justin. And he's like, oh my God. So he on his stupid way down there to see about Justin. I said, girl, ain't no problem. Ain't no problem. It's the same stuff as usual. Somebody else slayed him instead of you, girl. Calm down. Mess. Anyway. So then we actually see Jim, back at the house, he gets into it with Wyatt. Wyatt got wine in a Coke can. Jim takes it off of him and pours it down the sink. He's going to tell him, I'm going to put holes in you. You know, still again, threatening. Ain't nobody paying him no attention. Jim's like, look, I got a lot of shit going on. I ain't got time to be arguing and fussing and fighting with you. Damn fool, damn junkie. You know, it goes on. Well, I'm going to tell Jim, just keep pushing me, okay? Just keep pushing me. I said, y'all better pay attention to Junkie Joe. He go on, gets a phone call. Jim gets a phone call from Scott. And Scott tells him about the meeting once he finally gets him to pay attention. And he's like, I am not calling from the DA's office, you fool. I am calling from the Attorney General's office. He's like, oh. I said, you simple ass. So he accepts the meeting. And then right behind him, Candace ends up calling. He's like, get ready to get smart. She's going to say, don't get smart with me, Jim. I'm calling to tell you I'm getting ready to give you your money. I got it, and I'm going to give you your money. And she was getting ready to do the transfer. She said, I'm going to tell you this one more time. I told you this already. Stay away from my damn brother, or it's going to be a problem. Well, you don't know. Your brother done already whipped him. So, goes through all that. She never actually got the chance to actually do anything because right before that, old Oliver done rolled up on Charles and told him, look, sir, look at his phone. The information that spread, everything done dropped. Shit's a mess. It's on TV. It's everywhere. He said, call Landon and tell him that he's fired. I said, ain't that a blip? He said, well, we got to get her out of here. There's paparazzi's out front. There's reporters and everything all out front. So do we go ahead and take her out through the back in the car? He's like, how? He's like, in the trunk. In the trunk. I said, oh my gosh, just a mess. So he goes up and he basically just is showing Candace that the stuff is on TV, and that's the last we've seen of them. Let's go to Veronica's house. Veronica then got home with David, and they sitting around. They go through some, some Tyler Perryisms, some long drawn out scene that didn't make no difference. They finally end up sitting out back by the pool. And she starts and she's like, he's pampering her and they're going through the thing. And she said, what do you want with me, David? And he's like, I want things to be like they used to be. She was like, oh, well, good. So the first thing we'll do, we need to send Jeffrey away. Because they have these places where he can actually go and they can actually work to get the gay out of him. He's like, that does not work, Veronica, and we're not doing that. So they go through all that. Then he goes, she said, well, are you gay too? Because you're so up on this. She's like, of course I'm not gay. You know better than that. He said, I love my son. She said, well, he ain't your damn son. I said, oh, Lord. I knew this mess was going to surface again, and I knew it was going to get ugly. She said, he's not your son. He's like, what the hell are you talking about? And she goes into it. I've been waiting on this story with bated breath. Told him, honey, listen, you remember when we were having some problems and I couldn't even conceive and I was having problems? You're not Jeffrey's father. I said, well, who's his father, Veronica? He said, your colleague. Remember your colleague? Have you seen him? William? Have you seen William lately? He's like, no, I haven't seen William. He's like, I'm surprised you never caught on to it. If you ever look at your friend William, isn't Jeffrey the spitting image of him? I said, oh. Now, we ain't never seen William, but obviously William's fine, honey, like Jeffrey. And, honey, I think it hit home. And, baby, she will sit over there with her smart ass and say, you still want to get back with me? He said, not at all. He eased over to that bitch. He said, I want to get close to you so I can do what I told you that I was going to do. And she looking at him because David was up on her baby and he was looking at her and she could see his eyes dancing and shit. She said, well, David, what are you going to do? What you telling you was going to do? He said, I told you I was going to kill. And he jumped up and grabbed that bitch. I said, he got you now, bitch. Honey, and they got I said, Lord have mercy, honey. And they was back and forth. I said, He got you, girl. Just give in. Give in. Give in. He shook the shit out of her, honey, and then jumped in the water with her, honey. I said, damn, that badass dress, honey. You done jumped in that old stinking ass pool. You know, I've been living for this dress that she's had, or this dress and these shoes she's had for the last 3 episodes. He done jumped her in this water with this chlorine, with this badass dress and these shoes on. Baby, but it didn't matter because he left her floating, honey. He gave her dunk, dunk, douche. I said, oh, damn, David. So, last we said, he's calling Jim because she floating. Weave look nice. Nice wig, girl. But she down in there. I said, okay, we'll see. This is where it ended. And what I wrote on my notes was, yeah, right. I ain't falling for the shit this time, Tyler. We know good and well Veronica's not dead. Good and well. Good and well. So, no, I ain't falling for it. And I ain't even going to get myself in no position to be mad. Because I'm not going to give you what you want, Tyler. You understand me? It was fun. It was fun. I'll give you that. It was cute. It was a good thing. But we know Veronica ain't dead. And the hell with you, Tyler, playing games. Don't play with me.